Please note, the audio for this video was made with the help of an AI service offered by IBM. Please take help of the captions in case you miss out or face difficulties in understanding. Welcome back. In this online lesson, we will discuss a sonnet. Sonnet 30 by William Shakespeare. In our upcoming class, we will discuss another sonnet that is in your course, Sonnet 116. Let us start with a very basic question: what is a sonnet? A sonnet is a 14-line poem with a variable rhyme scheme. It originated in Italy and was brought to England in the 16th century by Sir Thomas Wyatt and Henry Howard. A sonnet mostly reflects upon a single sentiment, with a clarification or turn of thought in its concluding lines. There are different types of sonnets, but the kind of sonnet we will discuss here is the English sonnet. The English, also known as Shakespearean sonnet, condenses the 14 lines into one stanza of 3 quatrains, meaning coupling up of 4 lines, often with various rhyme schemes, and a concluding couplet, meaning coupling up of 2 lines, with a rhyme scheme of A B A B C D C D E F E F G G, though poets have frequently varied this scheme. So, let us move to the sonnet. Sonnet 30 by William Shakespeare. Although the entirety of Shakespeare's sonnets were not formally published until 1609, and even then, they were published without the author's knowledge, an allusion to their existence appeared 11 years earlier, in Francis Meres' Pallidus published in 1598, in which Meres commented that Shakespeare's Dibrugarh sonnets were circulating privately among the poet's friends. Approximately a year later, William Jaggard's Miscellany, The Passionate Pilgrim, appeared, containing 20 poems, 5 of which are known to be Shakespeare's, 2 of the Dark Lady sonnets, Sonnets 138 and 144, and 3 poems included in the play Love's Labour's Lost. Apparently these 5 poems were printed in Jaggard's Miscellany, a collection of writings on various subjects, without Shakespeare's authorization. Without question, Shakespeare was the most popular playwright of his day, and his dramatic influence is still evident today, but the sonnet form, which was so very popular in Shakespeare's era, quickly lost its appeal. Even before Shakespeare's death in 1616, the sonnet was no longer fashionable, and for 200 years after his death, there was little interest in either Shakespeare's sonnets or in the sonnet form itself. The text of Shakespeare's sonnets generally considered to be definitive is that of the 1609 edition, which was published by Thomas Thorpe, a publisher having less than a professional reputation. Thorpe's edition, titled Shakespeare's Sonnets, never before imprinted, is referred to today as the Quarto and is the basis for all modern texts of the sonnets. And, note that Sonnet 30 is part of the Fair Youth portion of the Shakespeare sonnet collection, where he writes about his affection for an unknown young man. Let's get to the text. Like all Shakespearean sonnets, this one too is made up of 14 lines in 3 quatrains and a couplet, with the rhyme scheme A B C D C D E F E F G G. This sonnet is one of the most exquisitely crafted in the entire sequence, dealing with the poet's depression over the fair youth's separation, that is from Sonnet 26 to 32. So, the sonnet begins with the speaker saying that when he sits alone in silence and remembers the past, he feels miserable about all the things he doesn't have that he once endeavored for, and adds to his old sorrows new tears for all the valuable time he wasted. Then, he drowns his eyes, which are not usually wet from crying, in tears for precious friends who are now dead, and weeps again for hurts and loves that are long since over, and moans about the loss of many more things he'll never see again. Then he grieves about grievances he had to let go of, and sadly recounts each woe that he had already cried about in the past, feeling the pain all over again, as if he hadn't suffered enough over these things already. But when he thinks about the dear friend, While he is doing all of this, he gets back everything he had lost, and all his sorrows come to an end. The sonnet includes an extraordinary complexity of sound patterns, including the effective use of alliteration, that is, repetitive consonant sounds in a series of words, for example, both the S and T sounds in sessions of sweet silent thought. Rhyme, of course, is another device for doing this. A third is assonance, similar vowel sounds in accented syllables, for example, the short E sound in the phrases, when sessions, and, remembrance. In this case, the short E sound helps unify the sonnet, for the assonant sound both begins, when, and concludes, end, the sonnet. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any suggestions or doubts, please leave them in the comment section. I will surely get back to them. And don't forget to share this video with your batchmates. Thank you.